Hey Battlefield community, there's been quite a bit of Battlefield Hardline news going around lately, so I thought I'd make a video about it. First of all, it's been playing at Gamescom this last weekend here, and there's been new maps shown. One of them is the Grow House, which is basically a moonlit map. It's inside of an industrial warehouse where they're growing pot. I think we've seen this in the trailer already, where they're running around, they're shooting and light weed on fire. One of the cool things about it, though, if you do light it on fire and you stay in the smoke and you don't have the gas mask, it'll blur your vision to some extent. I don't think I've actually seen that yet, but I heard that's what happens. To me, that's kind of a cool little extra that I never even thought about. And also another map they kind of shown, you haven't really seen too much of it yet, is Gator Hunt. Set obviously in the Florida Everglades. I know there's some of those swamp boats or whatever the hell they're called with big fans in the back that you kind of glide across the surface. And I don't know much else about it. No one's able to post a video of it yet, other than what's been seen in the new 12-minute video and I think it's a minute and a half multiplayer trailer that I'll link down below. And other than the maps, there's a couple of big announcements. One, the mechanic, or what used to be called the engineer class, won't get RPGs. Oh man, I'm gonna miss my RPGs. It does kind of make sense where you can't use them since you are a cop or robber. And most cops and robbers probably would not actually have RPGs. It's gonna be more of a battle pickup. I've heard it might be placed in the back of your car. Why random cars would have RPGs in the back, I don't know, but apparently that's how they're going about doing it. And it also means you're not gonna have stingers, so I think I could just go around and destroy people with the helicopter and probably the armored vehicle quite easily. I'd have to assume the vehicles now take more damage based on bullet damage, at least the armored ones, because if you don't have RPGs or nothing to really shoot at them other than maybe a grenade launcher, because apparently that's what they're going to get in replace of the RPGs. I'm hoping there's some way to actually do some damage to them, because helicopters seem like that would make them fairly overpowered. Apparently there's going to be also a slam addition to the thing. It's not called a slam, I forget what the hell they actually are calling it, but basically it adds to the back of it, and if they go to move they blow up, or if they drive over it they blow up. That kind of somewhat makes sense, but at the same time that's not really going to help you against helicopters at all. Now here I got some videos of some of the new game modes. They haven't posted too many screens of this yet, but this is what you're going to get. First you got Hotwire, which is basically you go around and trying to steal cars and get away with them. Think of Gone in 60 Seconds, I guess. The other is a rescue game mode, which is kind of like Counter-Strike, but there's a hostage involved and you have to go rescue him and get him back, obviously. It's 5-on-5 and 1 life per round, which is pretty standard in this kind of game mode. And as far as other game modes, devastating news, at least for me. There's not going to be a rush gameplay mode. From what I understand, there's not going to be a rush gameplay mode. And I love Rush. It's not so good in Battlefield 4. I know there's all these new modes, and it's just trying not to be Battlefield mainline series. So hard. It doesn't want to actually include that, but I really wish there was Rush. But I guess I'm not going to get my way. Also, I've heard that they're going to have maps just specifically for different game modes. I don't know if it's going to be forced on this, or they're just going to be designed mostly for this mode, and you can use it either way. I don't really know yet. I don't think anybody really knows yet. But apparently they're going to focus certain maps on certain modes and not try to custom fit them to everything like Battlefield 4 tries to do and fails miserably. Now the new trailer and what people are beginning to play at the Gamescom, there's some new weapons that I've seen. You got the K10 Vector, you got the M249, the Saw, which everybody loves, or at least it seems to be that case. You get the AKU, the MP5, which it's a fan favorite. And you got the 1911, which is no surprise. And they got RO933, which is basically a shortened M4 from what I understand. You also have the Scout Elite, which I don't know why that's coming back, but it is. You got a new revolver and a new DMR. And you got new melee weapons, which sounds kind of like fun, even though they probably won't get used that much. You got the golf club, which that's just silly. And you got a hammer and a crowbar. And I'm sure there's probably going to be something added into addition to that, but that's what people have seen. Oh, and I can't forget the survivalist gadget, which I absolutely hated. I hated people being able to revive themselves. Now, it only revives you if you die to an explosive death, like a laser trip mine or something else. Anything explosive, you can revive yourself. Nothing else counts. So you're not going to be able to shoot a guy and then him just jump right back up and shoot you in the back. And like me, if you're wondering when the beta is going to actually come around again, you're going to have to wait all the way till January. Apparently the game's coming out February, so we're going to get the beta a month before, which is pretty traditional in the Battlefield series. And apparently there's also going to be CTE launched afterwards. That way everybody can play and fill in what we like, what we don't like, what needs change. And I'm glad Visceral is learning from Dice's mistakes and fixing the game right and doing things they should have done from the beginning. If you enjoyed my video and found it informative, please smash that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Here I got a couple other videos. I got the ACWR review, which is a damn good gun, and I got a little RAR gameplay slash mini review. It's pretty fun, but it's not the best thing in the world. Thanks everybody for all your support.